Hi again! Today we have the second part from the previous video about the questions in part A. Here we have the answers and how they are presented. Remember to take notes for the reference and watch the previous explanation for a full understanding of this part. You are in Certify English, and from here on out I'm going to be your personal English coach. Every week you will have relevant, useful and practical information to increase your level and reach your language goals. Subscribe so we can complete the mission together. In case you don't know anything about the questions in Part A, you can check the link in the description to have a full and free access to this information, only for you who want to rock the TOEFL. Okay, let's take a deep dive into the answers. First, you must know that there are these four answer choices, A, B, C, and D. They are all logical answers, but only one, the key, is correct according to the dialogue. With practice, you can realize which one is more likely to be correct. Sometimes you can even start the elimination process as you listen to the dialogue. In fact, these are the answers that you will face during all the examination. First, you have the key, that is the correct option. Then you can find the distractor very similar to the key, but its structure makes it incorrect. Sometimes it is also the information. Then you have the related, somehow contains information that may be confusing. And finally, the incorrect, that it is the easily discarded option. The correct answer is hardly ever stated word by word as you have listened to in the interaction. You may listen to synonyms or different structures expressing the same idea. If you pay attention to the options, you can guess in advance what the conversation and questions will be about, and always aim to read the next answers to prepare yourself for the topic. Sometimes you might not understand the conversation by a single word, but that word may be read in the answer, so that's why you have to aim to read in advance. Here you can see how the answers are usually presented. Let's start with the most common answer type, meaning questions. Here we have the most common question with the most common way to present its answers. What does the man mean? Remember, it could be also a woman instead of a man, and you must be very familiar with this question. Check the answers. He prefers a radio station in particular. He'd like a faster car. In these answers, you must look for a restatement. It means the same information but presented differently. Inference question. In this case, the key words are imply and infer. Imply is what the speaker expresses indirectly, and infer what the listener understands indirectly. What does the woman imply about the novel? She will finish reading it today, or she wasn't able to understand it. Suggestion questions are about giving advice. What does the man suggest? Take the subway back home or walk to his house. These examples are advice for traveling, but you can find any other topic. Future actions usually have the shortest answer, as we will see, but consider it is not always the case. What will the speaker probably do next? See how the answers are short, call a friend, or visit a relative. Topic questions are questions about the main issue. What are the speakers discussing? The new room size or the furniture in the room? You must be very careful with these type of answers since they are displayed very close. But keep in mind that there is only one right answer. Questions about opinions are very similar to the previous example. What was their opinion of the movie? They didn't like it, or they thought it was too long. As you can see, the answer types resembles the previous slide. In this case, feelings are classified as opinions, so it is a nice preparation to study feelings and emotions because you will encounter this vocabulary at least once in the exam. How does the man feel about the new schedule? Angry or relaxed? These examples include easy vocabulary, but it is your responsibility to increase your vocabulary in this field. Questions about assumptions require a lot of attention because you must interpret information and come to a conclusion in seconds. What had the woman assumed about his colleague? He wouldn't finish the report on time. He had already finished the report. Questions about questions are not that difficult. Just pay attention to the question form and intonation so you can identify the questions easily. What does the man ask about the new teacher? If he is still on campus or if he has an office. Another kind of possible answer to questions about questions are short answers, very similar to the feature answers. What does the man ask about the post office? Its location, its services. Questions about time are designed for you to identify different ways of expressing time other than just the hour. When will the woman sing? In the morning or before the meeting? Questions about the reasons usually include the WHY, but the answers do not include because, since they would be very long to read. Why did Mary miss the celebration? Didn't receive the invitation, or she was in the wrong place. Questions about problems are directed to a conflict or urgency. What problem did the man have? He lost his parking ticket or he didn't bring enough money. Questions about activities focus on specific actions. What are they probably doing? Watching a movie or calling a friend. These are all the type answers to the questions you might find in the TOEFL. In this preview, the audio was not included, so you can analyze the answers, and it is a good practice for you to determine what conversation should have taken part to come to these answers or options. Although you might find traps such as synonyms, homonyms, inversions, or words with multiple meanings, as you move through the course, you will develop the knowledge and instinct to detect and avoid such problems. Here you have the strategies for Section 1, Part A. Be familiar with the directions for Part A, obviously, as you should in every part. The answers to the questions is usually established by the second speaker, as we have previously said. Discard any answer that you know are incorrect. That's also very important. Preview the next item before the dialogue starts. Sometimes it is possible, especially if the answer choices are short. However, if the answers are long and you must decide quickly, just skim as soon as possible and be ready for the next item. If you don't make it, just guess and go. And most important of all strategies, especially because this is the first section of the whole exam. Do not panic. Take it easy, relax, focus, and if you have had the correct training and preparation, everything would be sweet. Do not self-sabotage. It is just the beginning of the test and you must control yourself. And so we finish the type of answers that we will see in listening section part A. As you can see, all this information is valuable to foresee what questions and topics you may find. Write in the comments in case you have any question. Check this other video for general level or certification. Certify English, English for your goals.